Nora, we always hear these stories about, like, Hollywood's golden age, right? And it sounds so glamorous, you know? The big lights, the red carpets, all of that. But the more you dig, it really feels like it was this incredibly controlled environment, especially for the stars themselves. What was that like, for real? Was it as restrictive as it sounds?
Oh, Mark, it was absolutely wild. I mean, we're talking about like almost total control. It wasn't just here's your script, right? It was here's your name, here's how you dress, here's who you're seen with. Like seriously, everything, down to like who you could, date or even marry. The studios, they really believed that their investment in you, the star, meant they owned you, body and soul practically. And they really took that to heart. It was intense, genuinely intense.
Wow. So you're saying they essentially manufactured these personas? Like, it wasn't just, oh, this person's naturally charismatic. They were actively, like, building these people from the ground up almost, even changing, like, their very identities.
Absolutely. It was a whole operation. I mean, think about it. Norma Jean Mortensen became Marilyn Monroe, right? Or Roy Scherer Jr. became Rock Hudson. These weren't just like cute stage names. The studios would literally like rebrand them. They changed their hair color, fix their teeth, sometimes even invent entirely new backstories that were way more Hollywood than their actual lives. It was all about creating this aspirational, perfect image that the public would just eat up. Like they had a whole department for it, you know? It was incredibly strategic, like really well thought out.
That's wild. And then there were these, like, morality clauses, right? I've heard stories, but I'm not entirely sure, like, how far that actually went. Were they really, monitoring stars' private lives, even behind closed doors?
Oh, Mark, they weren't just monitoring, they were actively policing. I mean, these morality clauses were like ironclad in their contracts. If a star did anything that, tarnished their image or the studio's image, anything from having a secret affair to being seen in the wrong places or even having political views that weren't like mainstream enough, they could face huge penalties or even lose their contracts. Studios hired private detectives, like seriously, to follow stars, gather dirt. They were incredibly good at covering up scandals too, like, paying off people, fabricating stories. It was all about protecting the brand and their investments at any cost.
It's just so much pressure. You hear about it, but to think about, like, every single aspect of your life being scrutinized and controlled, what kind of a, what kind of toll did that take on these individuals? They were just people, right? It must have been incredibly lonely or just, suffocating.
Oh, absolutely. It was devastating for so many of them. I mean, imagine living a life where your true self is completely hidden, where you're constantly performing, even off screen, right? It led to immense loneliness, a sense of like profound isolation for so many stars. You see it in the stories of people like Judy Garland, who, started so young and was just completely consumed by the system. Many turn to alcohol, drugs, or struggle with severe mental health issues because they couldn't just like be themselves. It was this constant, never-ending performance, and that's just not sustainable for a human being.
So, with all that pressure and control, did anyone ever, like, push back? Was there a point where this iron grip started to loosen, or did it just completely fall apart overnight? I can't imagine it could last forever, right?
That's a great question, Mark. It definitely didn't just like disappear instantly. It was more of a gradual erosion. You had some stars who tried to fight back, renegotiate their contracts, or even start their own production companies, like Jimmy Stewart and Olivia de Havilland, which was really groundbreaking at the time. But the biggest blows to the system actually came from external factors. The Paramount Decree in 1948, which forced studios to divest their theater chains, really weakened their power. Then you have the rise of television, which, offered new opportunities and diluted the studio's monopoly. All these things combined, they slowly but surely chipped away at that absolute control the studios once